Today we're going to cover the condition properties of an acoustic count condition. Starting in the upper left, you'll have your condition description. Feel free to go ahead and change that to whatever you would like it to be named. Below that, you have your C fields. Again, these are user-definable fields that we can use for numbers and formulas or words and descriptions. Really, it's a case-by-case basis, and we'll usually approach that depending on what you need. If you have questions, feel free to call us on that aspect of it. Continuing down, you have your tile number 1 and tile number 2. In this case, we're only using tile number 1. Tile number 2 is available for you if you had a different tile that you needed to produce. Count is the number of tiles you're producing per count on the takeoff screen. So when you go count the shapes, how many tiles do you want to have dropped? Width and length is the size of tile that you're working with. And type is the specific tile you're working with. If you need to change that, click your three-dotted button there. And as you go through, fill out this information as needed. Tile type, manufacturer, description, labor type. Fill out the thickness of your tile. Fill out your square footage per carton if you want to order this by the carton and not by the square footage. And then ultimately your width and your length that you'll need for your tile. If you wanted to, you could hit the save to database. The next time you use this tile type, it will retain all of this information and automatically fill it in for you moving forward. Continuing to the right, now you're starting to produce your cross tees, your main tees, and your wall molding. Now with cross tees, we do give you 4 different options. Ultimately, you need to tell us the total number you want for each cross tee that you're working with. And to change the cross tee information, click the 3-dotted button and fill this information out as follows. Choose the type, choose the manufacturer, go ahead and type in the length that you need for that cross tee itself, and then you can fill out how many pieces come in a carton. If you don't fill out how many pieces come in a carton, it will be priced by the individual piece and not by the carton. Now you do have 4 options, so use them as you need them, but ultimately it's just a matter of filling out the information and telling it how many counts you want per each click that you do on the takeoff screen. Continuing to the right, it's the same concept for your main tees. What is the total length of main tee that you want to calculate when you click down, and what type of main tee are you using? Fill this information out as follows, and again, you do have that Save to Database button. Continuing to the right, and now you're producing your wall molding information. It is the total length per count, so make sure you fill that out correctly. And then for your description, again, click your 3-dotted button and fill out the information as needed. Moving forward to the next tab, you have your wire. So when you click on your wire, feel free to go ahead and turn that on. Now, we do need the total number of wire drops. So that's what you're going to be putting in here is the count. So you will need to come up with that total number, type it in. So that way each time you click down with this condition on the takeoff screen, it'll give you the accurate number of wires you need. What is the wire length you're producing? And are you cutting that wire down? If you're not cutting it down and you want to have your pricing screen show 6-foot wire, feel free to go ahead and change your wire length here to 6 feet. Continue down, what's the gauge of wire you're using? And then if you are using a fastener here, what's the fastener length, fastener type, and how many of those fasteners come in a box? Moving to the next tab, you have your insulation. Here we're providing both batts insulation and rigid insulation. Depending on which option you need, simply turn it on. Square foot is square foot per count. So when you click down one time on the takeoff screen, how much square footage would you like to add in for this specific item? What is the thickness of batts? What is the width that you're working with? And what is the type? Again, click the 3-dotted button and choose from the predefined list. For rigid insulation, we are asking for your square foot again. In this case, we're asking for your thickness and the board width and length. This is how you're going to be ordering that information. And then realistically, you just go in, choose your type for that as well. The final tab that you have here in your acoustic count condition properties is the miscellaneous tab. Just like all of your other condition property views, when you're dealing with miscellaneous, this is a catch-all. So make sure that you add in all of the additional material, labor, equipment, subcontractor, or other cost type items you may need. To add in a miscellaneous item, simply click Add in the bottom left corner and fill this information out as needed. You are setting up a ratio, so when you count one time in the takeoff screen, how much do you want to calculate of that information? So counting one time in the takeoff screen, how much info do you want per? It is very important to note that the estimated unit controls all of the material or labor that you may be looking up, or other items as well. So feel free to make sure that you have this set up with the proper estimated unit. Otherwise, you're going to be looking for a product that doesn't exist in that specific field. For example, if you're looking for a lineal footage product and you're on square foot or each, you will not find it because we only filter based on the estimated unit. If you have any other additional questions as it pertains to the acoustic count condition, please feel free to reach out to us on our tech line and we would be happy to assist you in any way we can. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.